Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we want to look at our peers that I analyze every week. I couldn't analyze last week weekly outlook. I couldn't do the analysis because of I was quite busy with some stuff. But this week I'm going to do the weekly outlook and cover I think maybe last week and check what we are expecting to see this week. Alright, I really don't trade currencies that much anymore, that is, but I do look at some currencies from swing perspective. Like as you can see here, these were just trades I sent to my Telegram channel. They're just some trade I sent to my Telegram channel during the week. So I really don't trade currency that much though. So here you see it here. GU was not that clear, but as you can see here, I thought I set a sell limit here, thinking we're going to come to this low and probably go lower to this, and maybe it will clear some of this low. But unfortunately, I didn't know what happened. It just kept rising. It hit my stop loss here, which was not quite clear what happened. Then I took another short opportunity here as soon as I sight another one. Here this one played out perfectly, but as you can see here, I wanted to log GBPUSD from here, thinking maybe we might start heading up. But unfortunately, it also cleared these lows before it shoots up. And as it was going up, there was no chance of re-entry around here, so I just left it. I left it, and the thing just went up. Also here, I think this was a break-even trade. It went to a little bit of profit, but this was a break-even trade. So I really don't trade currencies that much though because of how they are recently. But from a swing perspective, it shouldn't be bad looking at them. So I monitor them from swing perspective. So let's go ahead, let's head down to our weekly outlook. Let me clear the chart and start it here. So on our weekly time frame, you can see that GU is very bearish here. GU is very bearish here. Seeing this structure here, we can see that this low was not cleared. This low was not cleared here. So you can see that this made a double bottom, which people will say that okay, this is a double bottom and some already start longing it here. But for me, I still think we might still clear this double bottom before we see some kind of push. But basically the structure is still bearish from weekly perspective. But this is a low. This is liquidity zone, sell side liquidity that was supposed to be cleared, but instead it just came to make a double bottom here, and you can see it's pushing up. So let's see from our daily perspective here. On our daily perspective, you can see here the is still very bullish, pretty much bullish from our daily perspective here. Also, you can see that there's some kind of candlestick push up here. I mean, I really don't trust this, but it might keep going higher. I'll leave it to later liquidity clearing. Like it might just leave it and clear the liquidity later on. Also here I can see that GU is pretty much bearish from my own perspective on daily time frame. We can see that from the time GU came here, coming to fill this fair value gap here, From then we saw GU keep plummeting down, clearing this zone here. You see there's some kind of reaction in each low. That means there are buy stops and sell stop in each lows. Like here there are buy stops, and here there are sell stop, people holding this buy. This is their sell stop, that is their stop loss resting below here, that is being cleared. And if you see it, mostly when after clearing the low, you see some kind of push up, because there's some kind of reaction in each lows. So that is why you can see this after clearing this low, a quiet reaction showing that there was a low that has been cleared, and then it kept plummeting down. For me on GU, I'm very pretty much bearish on this pair, but on our forward perspective here, as you can see, this is quite clear that the 4 hour is now turning bullish here. You know, on a bearish higher time frame perspective, when we go to the fractal time frame, that is the lower time frame, there are also bullish structures in a bearish trend. So as you can see here, we started making structure high from here. So we started making structure high from here, cleared this high. Now we are seeing some kind of pullback. So right now I'm watching to see what is really going to happen here. As you can see here, we cleared this last low, then it's pulled back. On 1 hour time, you can see that there might be a structure break here. This might be some kind of structure break here, then it pushed back and it broke the 4 hour structure. Now we might see some kind of pushback, maybe below the 50%, going to the 61.8%. Then maybe we might continue heading higher, clearing this. So that is just it on GU. Let me go to our 1 hour perspective time frame. As you can see here on 1 hour time frame, I told you earlier there will be some kind of structure break here. GU can clear this low, broke structure here on 1 hour perspective. Then it came low, it moved higher, came low again, clearing this liquidity low, and it now pushed higher, breaking this 4 hour time frame. Now we might see some kind of continuation high from our intraday time frames. Let's go to our EURUSD then. That is that on GU. I'm bullish on our intraday time frame, and I'm bearish overall on the higher time frames. But as a day trader, you have to flow with the intraday perspective, because you can't say that okay, GU is bearish from weekly or from daily, then you just be waiting for maybe the bearish trend to continue. That is for swing traders. But for intraday traders, they should still be able to catch the bullish move in the bearish move for intraday trading. Let's go to our EURUSD. On our EURUSD here, you can see here, this was last week on EURUSD. I said we should be watchful on this place, and I said EURUSD, I'm pretty much bullish on EURUSD. And here we cleared this low, then on our London Open we came pushing higher. We pushed high, but we didn't clear this high. Then we came bearish again. We started coming down again. Now I saw some kind of bearish move here. That was why I sent this trade to the group, and this was a nice trade. It's pushed down lower. Now we are heading higher, clearing the, starting to change bullish. So on EURUSD, I'm pretty much bullish on our intraday time frames for now, because to me, I believe in flowing with the market in intraday perspective, also flowing with the overall trend from the higher time perspective. When you see opportunity coming from higher time frame, you flow with the market. So let me clear the charts. On our weekly time frame, you can see that EURUSD is pretty much very bearish from the weekly time frame perspective. You can see we keep clearing these lows, coming down to clear each lows, and now we might still continue making new lows. That is just it on EURUSD. Going to our daily time frame. On our daily time frame, we are also bearish on our daily time frame because this is not a structure break, and overall we are bearish. But as you can see here, from my own view, I can see this is some kind of liquid grab, because after we came to this low, we saw some kind of candlestick wick rejection. Then this was a nice candle closure. Then it came back to fill this candle. Then we are heading higher. We cleared this high and we saw some kind of rejection. We're going down. You can also see this as overall zone here. This was the last swing low here, major swing low. You can see that this was an overall swing low, and here is some kind of reaction happening here. Let's go to our 4-hour time frame. On our 4-hour time frame here, we pretty much see that we were bearish at the beginning of the week, then it started becoming bullish. The bearish move started turning bullish from here. Now we saw some structure break here starting to happen. On our 4-hour perspective, here was also a liquid grab here before the change in structure happened here. After this happened, after it cleared this low, saw a little bit of consolidation, then it expanded higher to this buy side and broke structure. Now we saw some kind of pullback. This should be to at least 60%, 61.8%. Then we continue going higher, and as you can see on our 4-hour perspective, this was some kind of high that was being cleared here. And if we move down to our lower time frames, that is the intraday time frames, like 15 minutes time frame, we can see here that the 15 minutes started turning bearish. Immediately we cleared that high here. So intraday on 15 minutes, we are bearish on 15 minutes here, because see, immediately we came to this 4-hour high. We cleared this high, this swing high, then the lower time frame started turning bearish. But overall on the 4-hour we are bullish, but we should also be very careful with this zone here. One should be very careful with this zone here, because this was also a structural break on 1-hour time frame. And from my own perspective here, when this happens, we should just wait for what's happening, because for an aggressive trader, you can catch some kind of quick sell from here down, going to the lower time frames. Catching this sell was very nice, but you should also be more careful because the 4-hour is turning bullish. So overall here, EURUSD is bearish from the higher time frame perspective, but from the intraday perspective, we are turning bullish. So be watchful of EURUSD next week. But as you all know, when the week begins, you can see some kind of crazy move in the markets. So the markets, one should always each time keep flowing with the markets. Don't try to chase or try to catch the tops of a move or catch the bottom, trying to reverse a trend. You can't do that. Just flow with the market. When the market say I'm buying, you look for buy opportunities and you continue flowing with the buy. And when the market changes structure and turns to bearish order flow, you also flow with what the market is doing. So let's leave EURUSD. As you can see here, be watchful of this zone here, and also when it keeps coming lower, one can start looking for buys around here, because when we put our fib here, you can see that there is also an OB here, and this is also a fib level. So one should be very watchful of this zone here. One should be very watchful of this zone. Let's go to our indices. I've been trading indices a lot lately, mainly NAS100. Yes, 500 is also very nice. Yes, it's also very nice. So as you can see here on your 500, I told you guys earlier on my last upper video on our weekly outlook video that this place was a very significant zone to watching to see what will happen. As you can see here, when we reach the fib level of 61.8, there was some kind of bullish move here which broke this candle. As you notice a break of structure on lower time frames like 4 hour, 1 hour, and then this came back to retest, like this came back to this OB here, then it continued going higher. And also you can see that there was a swing point here that was being cleared, also coming to this OB here. This is a nice trade. This is a very nice zone. So let me just clear the chart and make a fresh analysis. So on a weekly time frame here, we all can see that yes, 500 broke structure here. Let me mark it. So on our weekly time frame, you all can see that there was some kind of structure break here. And after that, there was this low that was being cleared here. And after that here, there was an OB that it traded back into. Then before we see this continuation, let's go to our daily time frame. On our daily time frame, you can also see it clear here. This OB here. Then immediately clear this OB here. There was this bullish candle which I've already said. Let's go to our 4-hour time frame to see what's really happening clearer. So that is this on daily. Let's go to our 4-hour time frame. On our 4H time frame, you can see, as I said earlier, that this will be some kind of structure break here. And also after that, we see some kind of pushback that came to this zone here. This is the breaker block and continues going higher. You can also see on our lower time frame, which is 4-hour, you can see that it cleared this equal lows here. After clearing the equal lows, that's when we see this bullish push, and it's made a pullback, and it's continued going higher. So that is that on our US 500. I still feel we might keep going higher, but we should also be watchful of this zone here, because this is a very important swing zone here. People work towards this swing zone and be watching the more lower time frame to see what's really happening here. On our 15 minutes time frame, you can see here that we are still bullish on 15 minutes, so there's nothing to be worried about. So let's just keep watching that zone there, because that's a key zone to be watchful of. And that is that our US 500. I'm pretty bullish from 4-hour perspective, but one should also be watching the 15 minutes time frame on this kind of key zones to catch that kind of pushback maybe before the continuation high. So that is that on the, as you can also see that here we started changing a little bit bearish here immediately, because our daily time frame is very bullish, that is daily and 4-hour, without push and pushback. This came to the daily order block, then there was a break of structure here, then it came back and continued going higher. That is that on US 500. So that is that on US 500. Let's go to our NASDAQ. On our NASDAQ, you can see that let me go to the daily and weekly. Let me start with our weekly time frame. On our weekly time frame, we can quite see that NASDAQ broke structure here. Then we started turning bearish on our lower time frame here. It came bearish until we came down, coming to this OB here. There's an OB here. After it came to this place, it's also cleared this swing, this wick, this candle wick. It cleared it more with this candle before we started pushing higher. And with this kind of candle closure, wow, this is quite impressive. We might continue going higher on our NASDAQ. Going down to our daily time frame, what's happening to okay. On our daily time frame, we can see that NASDAQ started making bullish order flow after it's clearing this low here. It started making some kind of bullish order flow. It started changing bullish, kept going higher, bullish, coming to this OB, kept pushing higher, pushed higher again, came to this OB, and kept making highs, clearing these relative equal highs. Then we started, like I said, this swing point, this zone, this equal highs, one should be very watchful of them. So after we clearing that, we started seeing some kind of bearish change of order flow. Started seeing some kind of bearish structure change here. We started making lows on our lower time frames. Then we cleared this low. It made some kind of small pushback. That is like there are some kind of stop losses here. People that were buying, it came to clear them. It pulled back a bit. Now we are clearing. We came back to clear this. We feel this fair value gap here. We break through it. Very impulsive break. Now we came to this low, clear this, and now here we are. Let's go to our 4H time frame. On our 4-hour time frame here, on our 4-hour time frame, we can also see that here NASDAQ was quite bearish from this perspective. From this point here, we're making new low, clearing these lows on our 4H time frame, coming back to more than 50%. That is premium. Then we kept making low. Also kept clearing this low, Coming back to display, there was an OB here. I think this was on a 1 hour time frame. Yeah, then started attacking this low again. Immediately after attacking this low, I saw some kind of bullish change of structure, that is break of structure here. We started making some bullish move that is maybe from our 1 hour time frame. Then I caught this buy. I took some partials here because this was some kind of swing high on our lower time frame, and also we were overall bearish, so I took some partial, left some other position to run, and some position are still running till now. We came to clear this buy side liquidity. It was taken, then it pushed down, it pushed higher than that, coming to this this zone here. Then we made some kind of pushback. This was nice pushback. Then I entered some other positions here, seeing some kind of bullish change of structure here, and continue going higher, clearing this high and also this high, and maybe we might attack this high next. So let me clear this chart right away. I'm coming. Let me also save this. So let me clear the charts. Going to our weekly time frame, we can see that there was some kind of structure break here. After that, we see some kind of liquidity that was being taken here before the structure break happened. Now it came back to this OB here. It came back to this OB here. Now daily time frame, you can see that we came to this high here. These were relative equal highs here. After coming here, we started noticing some kind of structure change here. Even coming to this place, another structure change happened. Then it retraced back to, I think this was 61.8% fib level. That is, it came to our premium zone here. Immediately we started seeing some kind of push up. So let me just make this visible on our weekly, so it shouldn't make our chart messy. It came to this 61.8 zone. We also cleared this low, this zone here. There was some kind of clear here. So it cleared this sell side liquidity. Then we can see here there was some kind of bullish structure change here on our lower time frame. Going to our 4H time frame here. On our 4H time frame, you can also see that there was relative equal lows here. I was being taken. These were relative equal lows. The other was coming bearish here on our 4H time frame. But on this zone here, I noticed some kind of structure break here, which made me took this. There was a long trade I took from here, and we attacked this high. We attack here, which is now a structure break here. We saw some kind of reaction here. Then we continue going higher, attacking these highs, attacking this highs here. So you can see here that the other flow is bullish for now on our Nasdaq. This were liquidity zone here that was being taken out. Then started making, made the BOS here, break of structure. Then saw some kind of pushback, continue attacking the high, and now let's see, this should be the next zone we should be aiming to attack before we see maybe some kind of major pushback, then maybe a continuation higher. So on our 4-hour time frame here, you can see that we are pretty much bullish here. Also on our 1-hour time frame, you can see the bullish order flow. It's at this high here, this relative equal highs here. We started making some kind of, there was some kind of liquidity grab here before the structure change here, and it came back to this zone here. We saw this kind of pushback, which was also a nice trade to have taken. Here is what I was saying. There's some kind of break of structure here. This place was a buy side liquidity that was taken. Then we saw this structure break here. It came back to this zone here. Then we saw this pushback. This was very nice trade. I think I took this trade here. I don't remember very, but I think I took this trade here. I saw the setup very clear, and it falls to my trading time. Then we made this pushback. Immediately saw some kind of rejection from there. Now broke the structure, which tells me that okay, we are now bullish on our intraday time frame. Now we have to flow with the market. Now we saw continuation higher, breaking highs, and clearing the buy side liquidity. Let's see how it plays out next week. So we should be very watchful of this zone here. So that is that on Nasdaq. Just where we started changing structure bearish here for the shorts, after clearing that equal highs here. Now let's go to our DXY. As you can see here on our DXY, I said it on my last video that DXY was pretty bullish on our weekly time frame, so there was no any reason trying to like force short on DXY. Also here there was some kind of liquidity grab here, which I said on my last videos. Then we started making some kind of structure change, clearing this equal highs there. These were double top, so they were equal highs, were liquidity zones. Now I said we're going to attack this high because we are very bullish on our higher time frame perspective, and we started clearing these highs. We saw some kind of pushback, making this double top. Now it's cleared it again. It pushed back a bit and it cleared it again. And for me now, we are still bullish on our daily time frame. We have not changed bearish. We are very bullish. Also on our weekly time frame here. On our weekly time frame, we're also very bullish on our weekly time frame. So there's no any reason trying to force this short. Why? Why will it be short? Why will it be trying to short this market? It is very bullish. But as I said earlier, there are some short opportunities to be taken by intraday traders, that is day traders, scalpers. But for swing traders, you should only be looking for buys in this kind of market, because we are just making highs, keep clearing this buy side liquidity, and might just keep clearing it until further notice, until the market shows us that okay, we want to turn bearish, then we start looking for bearish order flow. So for now, on our daily time frame, we are bullish. On our 4-hour time frame also, okay, on our 4-hour time frame, we started changing structure here to bearish. So I'm bearish on our 4-hour time frame here, bearish, and this was a key high that was being cleared. I started making this kind of bearish structure, so one should be also very watchful of this zone here. This zone here is very important zone, this structure that's cleared. Let me make a fresh analysis on that. There's nothing really to analyze on this because we are very bullish and that analysis is still playing out perfectly. So here, as you can see here, we are very bullish here. We are bullish. We are fucking bullish on our weekly time frame. And then on our daily time frame, we saw this as a zone that was cleared. And immediately this was cleared, we started making high. That is, we cleared this zone here also cleared this zone. This was highs that were being cleared here. This was also a relatively poor highs here. It's also this zone that it kept pumping, it's kept clearing the highs. So it also cleared this high here. This was a swing high. This was highest high for down on our weekly order flow. I mean on our daily order flow, also on the weekly order flow. And then now we have already cleared this high. We started seeing some kind of structure change on our 4-hour, like I was saying. On our 4-hour time frame, we were bullish at this point in this high. Now we just have to be looking for bullish structure. But for now, we came here. At first, it was like some kind of liquidity grab here, but like I said, here is like a target zone for those that were shorting from here. If you are shorting the market, you just have to look for the next swing low, at least to take some partials, because we don't control the market. You just have to trade what we see. And as you can see here, after we attack this low, there was some kind of push up. This was also a lot of pip. Like this is a nice trade on very lower time frames. This was a nice trade. Now we kept plummeting down and we clear this low again. So for now we are bearish on our 4-hour. Now we are bearish. Maybe we can draw a fib here. And there was also a gap here. So this, I'll be very watchful of this zone here. Here. This also below above the 50% level. This is a nice place to look for short opportunities. So let's see what DXY presents to us next week. So I said that I'll try to be dropping some weekly intraday trades on my channel, but I didn't have time recently. I was quite busy, especially last weekend. I was very busy with some stuff, but I'll try my best at least of making some intraday weekly videos. That is those trades I took during the weekdays, because you know this market is very manipulative at some time. It's very manipulative, so you just have to flow with the market. We can wake up on Monday and see maybe it didn't even come to this zone, just plummet down. Now we know that we are still bearish. We can see some kind of opportunity as it plummets down. No need to for us to wait for this zone entirely. So we just have to flow with what the market is doing. That is just what I'm trying to insinuate. I'll still try to be dropping my intraday trades during the weekdays. So hope you guys subscribe to my channel. I'm very sure you guys enjoy the video. At least help me share the video to friends and family. Invite loved ones that are trying to learn and know what to do in the financial market to subscribe to my channel and follow my weekly analysis and outlook. Bye for now, guys. See you guys next week.